Hey guys, it's Izzy Show Busy from Red Hits. I'm joined by the beautiful Stephanie from Red Travel. She's going to give us some destination tips with Air France. And we're going to start with the beautiful city of Paris. I've been there before. It is magical.
It is. And it's a place that, like, everywhere you go, around every corner, there's a bit of inspiration there. And, like, it's known for, obviously, love, for the fashion, for the cafe culture. So we've so many tips for your next visit.
And if you are going to the Eiffel Tower, I will say that I've never seen so many people propose to in one area before in my life. It was actually spectacular.
They all must get wobbly knees around there, afraid of heights.
That's probably it. But tell us more. So if people haven't gone to Paris before, what top tips would you give them?
So we've a few, and they're all up on Red Extra. So if you want them in more detail, you can go over there. But firstly, wherever I go, I always love to get on the water and see the city from the water. So I'd highly recommend going on a boat trip, go down the River Seine, just see all the monuments from the river and just get a different view of the city.
Get a feel for the city, yes.
And then I suppose I have a few others. When I think of Paris, I think of the cafe culture. I think of getting a coffee, a croissant, and just sitting out and people watching. And that's kind of one of my favourite things to do. So what better place to do it? The next tip then, I don't know what is more French than getting a picnic and, you know, getting a baguette, getting wine, cheese, and just going for a picnic somewhere. So these are all kind of not your typical tips, but things that you probably will remember when you come back. Next one then is the markets. So I suppose when you think of Paris, you think of going to the market, getting your fresh produce and exploring, and just to kind of, it's the place to socialise kind of. So we have a good few markets to explore. Some of them now, excuse my French, but Le Marché des Enfants Rouges.
Oh, oui.
And there's loads of them up on the site as well, so you can kind of have a look and see what markets might suit you as well. The next one is all the parks. So when you think of Paris as well, you think of the beautiful parks, going through, exploring the mazes, the gardens, grabbing a coffee, and we have loads of different parks around the city up on the site as well. So you have to go check them out. Museums, I suppose you can't go to Paris and not have a look at some of the museums. There's so many there. We have mentioned a good few as well on the blog in more detail, but some of them would be the Museum Picasso. My French now is so bad, I apologise, but the Georges Pompidou. There's so many up there, so you can kind of have a look and see what museum would suit you, but it's definitely one to add to your list if you're visiting Paris. And then the last one, it's probably my favourite, is vintage shopping.
Yes,
so there's the La Marais is an area, I think that's it, how you pronounce it. But there's loads of vintage shops. You'll find lovely treasures and kind of once-off pieces there as well. So that's probably my favourite tip for visiting Paris.
Perfect. I have one actually to add as well. Is it La Boulangerie is the name of a bakery. Is the French for bakery, and oh my god, even just the smell going around the streets. There's a bakery at every corner in Paris. That's the vibe I got from the place anyway. So thank you very much, Stephanie, and she's going to give us more destination tips again next week.